I don't know what is our problem, but we clearly have a big problem. We think that everyone around us is our well-wisher, every other human being, mortal human being. We think highly of human beings, and we know that human beings are flawed. They are just like ourselves. They are weak. They commit so many mistakes and sins, just like I do, just like you do. Yet it seems like we have the tendency to put these people on a pedestal, to worship them, and to be craving their approval, as opposed to the one who created us, the Almighty, the Supreme Creator. We tend to doubt Him. It's really, I don't understand what is our problem, but somehow we have come to believe that God is not with us, that He's against us, that He's just wanting to control you or to torture you or to oppress you, which are totally false, by the way. We tend to trust this worldly life more than the spiritual life. I'm speaking not against other people, but about myself. In my own life, there are several times where I actually felt like, what's the use of me praying, fasting, making du'as, etc.? It's not going to serve me anything in this worldly life. But that's the problem. First of all, you need to know that whatever Allah has prescribed for you, it's not to torture you, it's not to oppress you, it's not to control you, it's just to protect you. And because He loves you, He has given you some very clear guidelines, suggestions, orders, how you can live a happy, balanced, healthy life. I've come to that conclusion 27 years after I was born. Yeah, I still sometimes struggle between what to choose, what not to choose, which route to choose. Sometimes right and wrong is not that obvious. Sometimes you can get lost. Like I said, amidst all the information, so X is saying this is right, Y is saying this is right. In the end, you can become very confused. But I have noticed that whenever you are afflicted with a problem, then automatically you feel very close to God. You seek that closeness with Him. No one has to tell you to go and pray. You automatically go and pray because you don't have any choice, because you are literally dying inside and nothing can help. Sometimes we believe that these haram music will help us, make us feel better. We have certain friends in our lives which are not a very good influence, but we think that they are going to help us heal. Of course, it's true that sometimes you will have to seek help from a professional psychiatrist. You will have to seek help from other people. There are many things in the worldly life which are beneficial for you, but you need to choose carefully. There are many things which we believe. We tend to think that in Islam everything is prohibited, that you can't do this, you can't do that. Of course, I agree there are many restrictions, but again, there are many things which are also not restricted. For example, there is no point Allah has told you that fitness is against Islam. It's totally encouraged to keep fit, to exercise, to eat healthy, to do everything in moderation. Marriage is very encouraged. At no point God tells you to stay alone, to not get married, to become a celibate, and to deprive yourself of these natural pleasures of mankind. There are so many things which are actually not prohibited. Even beautifying yourself is not prohibited, but it depends on whom you are doing it for, when you are doing it, where you are doing it. So getting ready, looking like a princess, like a model outside and in your house are two completely different things. So again, it comes down to your intentions. You have to be careful that you don't misunderstand what God is telling you, because that's something which is very serious. When we start to think that these restrictions are actually to torture us, that's at no point what the Almighty is trying to tell you. He actually loves you so much that this world is very disgusting and ugly. I don't know if you will agree with me. This world outside, when you look at social media, Instagram, if you see these Bollywood celebrities, it's a very disgusting world. It's something that you see women who believe that just by showing their bodies they are emancipated or free, or whatever they think they are. They are very mistaken, very grossly mistaken. They are just being exploited, and if they believe that this is the definition of happiness, then let them be in their ignorance. But you should be very, this should be very clear in your mind that when God tells you, for example, God tells you to wear hijab, it's not to torture you, it's not against you, it's not to tell you that you should be ashamed of how you look, or that, it's just a protection for you, because unfortunately the world out there is not that nice as we would like it to be. We have to be very realistic as Muslims. Don't keep your heads in the clouds. You have to be frank, self-aware, and behave like an adult, and accept that you can't control people's intentions towards you, but you can control the way you put yourself out there. So unfortunately, again, many youngsters tend to find Islam very restrictive. They tend to believe that happiness is out there, chasing alcohol, drugs, casual sex, whatever it might be. They think that this is happiness, this freedom of doing those things. But then, as you grow older, as you become more mature, as you get setbacks and experiences, you begin to see the real nature of that shaitan. That shaitan is, like Mufti Menk uses an analogy, like the rat and the cheese. So basically, you try to lure a rat with a piece of cheese. In the first place,